What is good, everybody? H Gaming here, and today we are going to be looking at the team that I'm building for Mr. Staravia, coach of the San Jose Staravias. We are the Greenville Blazikens, and this is the OPA Season 1, Week 1. Let's get into this. Alright. So, first mod, Excadrill. Before actually getting in, I should probably go ahead and say this team. It's a very scary and somewhat bulky team. He has Hoopa Unbound, Celesteela, Buzzwole, Sharpedo, Nidoking, Haxorus, Exploud, Cresselia, Mega Medicham, Swellow, Gengar, and Delphox. That is a very scary team. I don't have a lot of answers from some of the more bulky mons, such as like Celesteela or Cresselia, which is very scary. Or Mega Medicham, to be that honest. It just completely can destroy my team. So, alright. First mon, Excadrill. I've went with my bulkier route of going to max HP, max attack, seeing how if I can get up sand, I outspeed the entire team. Well, I mean, it won't be a matter of me getting up sand, it'll be a matter of me keeping it up long enough for Excadrill to do damage. The only mon that really can wall extra after I get a +2 up is Celesteela, so I have to take care of that. But if I take care of Celesteela, get the sand up, and then I can virtually outspeed. Well, I can outspeed everything bar from something that's scarfed, and just go to town. Question is, can I do that? I don't know, but we're gonna hope. So I got a packet Iron Head and Earthquake for 2 stabs. Swords Dance, just so I can, of course, set up and then hopefully sweep or get a mini sweep, and then Rapid Spin just because I don't want his Nidoking setting up Stealth Rock or Toxic Spikes, and then I have no way to get rid of it. Because one of the mons I'm bringing is really weak to Stealth Rock, so before I bring that in, I want to make sure I have Nidoking dead, and I want to make sure that I just am prepared. So next up is Conqueror with Drain Punch, Knockoff, Mach Punch, and Thunder Punch. Drain Punch is for basically just stab and getting HP back. Knockoff is for just knocking anyone's item off, plus Cresselia is very annoying, so I want to get a nice chunk of damage on that if I can. Gengar, of course, I can just obliterate that, and Delphox as well with a knockoff, which is nice. And then just any other mon with an item, I want to knock it off. Celesteela, knock an item off, probably leftovers. And just, yeah, also knock off any potential scarfs as well, which could potentially hurt a sweep. Mach Punch for priority. It's always nice to have priority, because if a mon's set up and it's about to sweep, or if it's a scarf mon, you want to make sure you can do damage to it. Viable damage, and this thing hits like a truck regardless, so almost any of the mon that he has that could be scarf or set up, other than maybe make a Medicham, I can just bring this in and Mach Punch it and just do damage for it, just obliterates my team. A Thunder Punch is specifically for Celesteela. If you bring Celesteela, which he probably is, I want to make sure that I can bring this in and then just Thunder Punch it. If he runs like Weakness Policy Celesteela, that will be a problem, but I don't imagine it living too many Thunder Punches. And then, of course, I have Assault Vest just to live. If you want special Celesteela, I will live things a whole lot easier. I'll live stuff from Delphox, Gengar. If you want special Swallow, I'll live more hits from that. Exploud. Just allow me to live more with this thing. Is just designed to live and to get off as much damage as I can. Alright, next up is Volcarona with the Life Orb. Well, packing Bug Buzz, Fire Dance, Quiver Dance, and Roost. I'm going with a more kind of bulky set with a little bit of speed. This speed is so I outspeed max speed Swallows after one Quiver Dance. That is very crucial, as other than any potential Scarf Mon, that is his fastest Mon on Steam. So I'll be able to outspeed that. I can start spinning Fire Dance, and then at +1 or 2, I don't imagine it living unless it's Sash, which I doubt it will be. Usually they pack more of Specs or Flame Orb, so I don't imagine it living Fire Dance too well. And the bulk is just so I can live hits and I can roost up whenever need be, so I can live longer. And I'm hitting the Life Orb just so I can just to do damage. If I can get rid of this thing actually by itself, it doesn't really need to get rid of any mini mons. It can just sweep it out itself. If I can, I'll play around it very nicely. If I get rid of Swallow, then I look really nice for this thing to sweep, and it might be one of my only answers to Metagym once I get it set up. So that's also something. Next up is Suicune. I'm running a very bulky Suicune of defense. He has a lot of defensive mons that just does not like. And I want to make sure that I can take care of those. I'm running Scald. Actually, I'm going to go to Ice Beam. I was going to run Ice Beam, but I realized I don't really need it. It doesn't hit many mons other than Swallow. And then I'm going to put Calm Mind on this. Alright. I was thinking about doing that before. Oh, fuck. I was thinking about doing that before. I don't know why I didn't. Yeah, so Scald, Calm Mind, Rest, and Toxic. If I can get this in against Cresselia. No, not Cresselia. Against maybe just anything, actually. I can start setting Calm Minds, scalding anything. Nothing in his team really enjoys a scald, bar from maybe Sharpedo, but then once it gets burned, it's not doing anything. Other than that, like, being able to just tank hits in the physical side, a lot of his more scary mons toward this mod are physical, which is nice that we can kind of check those. Just of course, so I don't have to, the first time I rest, I don't have to wait those 2 turns. And I also have to run Rest Sleep Talk. And Toxic, of course, is talking Toxic mons like his Cresselia. That's really the main thing, is that if I can Toxic Cresselia, then I know I will be able to start setting up Calm Minds. It will eventually not be able to, and I will outwall it, is the main goal. Next up, Tyranitar. This mon will be playing a very crucial part of my team. It get up Stealth Rocks, and it has Rock Slide and Crunch for 2 stabs. Crunch mainly being for Cresselia. I want to make sure that I can do damage to that. If my Suicune for whatever reason dies, my Volcarona for whatever reason dies, I want to make sure I can kill that. Also, Rock Slide will do a decent chunk to Celesteela if he's not physically bulky. In the Sand, I have a nice base defense at just over 150, and I have a nice base special defense as well. Get Sand up, get a higher special defense, be able to wall things such as Cresselia even better. If you're something special Celesteela, wall that even better. Explode won't be able to do anything to me. I could be able to switch on that, roar anything out. Like, if he brings in a mon, I can roar it out, start racking up Stealth Rock damage. The mon that I'm most afraid of after I get up Stealth Rocks is Swallow. I'll have to make sure that this thing, I can outlast Swallow, just to make sure that I can keep my rocks up. Because the good thing about him having Swallow, though, versus a traditional Rapid Spin user, he doesn't have any other mons I can see that gets Rapid Spin, is that if he sets up Stealth Rocks, or if he sets up Toxic Spikes, he will just essentially play back against him, because he'll get his hazards up off the field as well, which is very nice. It's a very, very nice thing for me. And then, yeah, I have Roar just so if I think he's going to swap, I can Roar, swap something in, Roar that thing out, have something else get in, and that's basically 2 mons getting stealth rock damage. It's giving me momentum depending on what mon it roars in. Especially if he brings in Mega Medicham, it gets a little bit stealth rock damage on it. Won't really matter much because it's resisted, but it'll still take some chip damage, which is better than no damage. And it'll just have him thinking about what mon he wants to bring in against this, which is always good. You want to make sure your opponent is thinking a lot, and it just get in their head. Alright. Last but not least, we have Rotom Mo, which is one of my only mons against Celesteela. The 2 main threats are Celesteela and Cresselia against this team, and Buzzwole. But it has Thunderbolt for Celesteela. Celesteela can't do anything to it. It can Air Slash, true, but that's not doing anything. It can Toxic, I think. Yeah, Toxic. I'm pretty sure like almost anyone gets Toxic, but eventually it'll die to Thunderbolt. It can't really do much to this. And then I can Will-O-Wisp it if it's physical. Leaf Storm just for maybe like Cresselia, just for damage, last ditch effort damage. Just for stab, really, just for like if I'm in against a mon, I need damage off, I could just use Leaf Storm to get some damage. Pain Split, if I'm running low and they have higher health than me. Recovery, it's always nice. And then Will-O-Wisp for Buzzwole. For Torpedo, even though I don't think it'll be that much necessary for it. Hathorus, and just Mega Medicham, really. Like, if I will those, then he's really just relying on his walls and special attackers left. And then if I can whittle those down, he'll have a hole they'll be in. They'll be dug so deep that hopefully he won't be able to get out of it, which is the plan. Just keep whittling things down. Will-O-Wisp things that are threats. Toxic things that are like Celesteela, or not Celesteela, Cresselia. And then just get me in a position where Excadrill, Conkeldurr, Volcarona, potentially even Suicune could just come in, set up, and then sweep. Bar Conkeldurr because it doesn't have any set up moves, but just bring one of those mons, then just start sweeping. That's the plan, and hopefully it works. So hope you guys enjoy. When I get the battle up and recorded, I'll get that up as well. Yeah, I'm very nervous. This is a very, very tough team matchup for me. There's a lot of threats, but hopefully not having something like not bringing Staraptor or not bringing like Dusclops just won't come to bite me in the butt. Hopefully. Alright, so let's pray for us. Let's play. We can get this week 1 win out of the way, and then go on to week 2 and continue winning. And I'm gonna stop rambling now and end the video.